No.
We're live.
Oh yeah, you are.
All right. So we got
Power,
look at the cheap background. People were ready for you. All right. So
Nice.
this is going to be fun. We've got a lot of people here. We are going to do our college football playoff and some of the other bowls. Pick 'em special. And we're going to try to get not all 36 done, but we're going to get as many of these done as we can. I'm Izac, co-host of The Cheesy Bear, here with Med. How you doing, dude?
I'm doing great. Were you about to go through puberty or something for a second there? I mean, like a hairball for a second there, bro. What's up?
So that's the voice of excitement from your team winning. It makes your voice higher. I know you're not used to it. I've only seen you on that occasion once.
Oh no! Trust me. Yeah, my pro team
okay.
sucks, but my college team is legit. You know, sometimes you just get too tired of hoisting championships, so sometimes you just can't get into
gotta take a
college
break.
football playoffs. It's all great.
They're joining the Bears and not the playoffs.
Yeah, my stuff sucks.
At least we ain't being like the
puberty,
Packers
so.
and not winning championships. So I mean,
if my team shocks, man, I'm gonna be insufferable. I'm gonna be like Jason. It's gonna be great. I feel like I can't wait for this. Okay, we got a lot of people here. Bill, we did this last year. I'm excited. You won it the year before. I feel like we kind of tanked you last year. Hopefully this year we can help you win. We brought some more knowledgeable minds in because I don't know anything about college. How are you doing, man?
Doing all right, hanging in there, just ready for the break coming up. So,
yeah, no, me too. The students have been so much fun. They're letting me know every single day, every single class period, they're ready for their break. And I am too. And some of them are probably watching, and I mean you. We got Link, dude. It's been a minute. You've had some.
It has been.
You've had some fun life stuff happen. You're wearing a very cool hoodie. You've got to be so happy that Clemson decided to get, they were rewarded with a spot. How are you feeling, dude?
Oh, yeah, man. I was at that Carolina game, and how we blew it watching. I was like, gosh, well, there goes the season. Me and my buddy, we're driving up to North Carolina watching Miami-Syracuse, and I'm like, dude, he's asleep in the passenger seat, and I'm shaking him like, dude, we're going to the ACC championship. Season's still alive. So it was crazy, but I'm excited for it. I think it's, we'll see how we do with Texas, but who knows? Anything can happen. We made it in there.
Anything can happen. There's going to be some upsets. It's going to be like the NFL playoffs. There's going to be some surprises. And then we got Coach Murph with Code 4 Sports. How are you doing, dude?
Good. I changed my hat for you, Link.
Oh, appreciate it.
Yeah,
appreciate it, I guess.
Link, I'm sorry.
What's going on, guys?
it's going good.
It's good to see you guys. All right, so if I've got some fun facts or something that somebody else doesn't have, which I'll be really surprised, I'll add it. So I'll pretty much go last on most of these. But I think, Ned, we'd start with the college football playoff. This is kind of a non-NFL episode. I'm going to do a show on Friday. More info on that later. But Ned, I think we start with the college football playoff. And for Link, should we start with Texas Clemson?
Yes, we should. And we'll go ahead and let them have the floor on this.
I agree. So, Link, why don't you start? Who's going to win? And give us your breakdown on Texas Clemson. We can go in depth on the bowl games. I feel like that's fine on the pick'em on the playoff games. So, whatever you got, man.
I'm a Clemson fan, so it pains me to say this, but I think Texas wins. You know, we got to go on the road to Texas. One, just the travel factor of it. It's over 1,000 miles away. So that's going to play a part. It's changing time zones. You know, that obviously plays somewhat of an effect into stuff. But Texas, to me, they're just the more talented team. No, I think Clemson has a shot in the game. I don't think it's, we'll get to this one later, Indiana, Notre Dame. I don't think it's as big of a gap as that one is. I think Clemson has a shot of winning the game, but they're going to have to go in and basically play a perfect game, which honestly we haven't seen from them all season long. We've seen perfect halves from them, but we haven't seen perfect games. We know the defense can hang throughout times of look at the opener against Georgia. We held them to 6 points in the first half. The defense has played good in certain halves. The offense has played good in certain halves. They've played good together in certain halves, but we've never put it together for the course of a whole game. I think Clemson has the talent to go on the road and win at Texas, but I just don't see it. I think Quinn Ewers and those receivers are going to be too much for our defense. I think, that we'll wear out. I think it's going to play out honestly a lot like the Georgia Clemson game from week 1. I think in the first half it'll be close. It'll be competitive. You'll have everybody thinking, all right, Clemson could win this game. And then the offense continuing to struggle is going to stall out and in turn will tire the defense out. And that's when Texas will really start rolling and putting points on the board. I just don't see our offense being able to have very much success against the Texas defense. I think we obviously have some guys at receiver who've stepped up since week 1 with Wesco and TJ Moore. So I think we're going to make some plays. I think we'll put some points on the board. I don't think it'll be 34-3, but could it be, 38-17? That's kind of how I see it in favor of Texas.
Unfortunately, I think you're probably right. Murph or Bill, whoever wants to go first here. Me and Matt are gonna go last on this one for sure. So
go ahead. Guess
Actually,
first.
I was gonna say, Bill, go ahead and go first. I'm actually trying to send a media release out to my boss on something we've been working for the last week. So I'm finishing it up, and I'll go right after you. How about that?
Okay. I'm that Clemson. Part of me wants to go Clemson just because the one year I won it, Clemson was the one that got it for me. But anyway, just for the overall though, I think Texas, like you said, the travel factor, you got to look at that. Then you got to look at the, Texas. I think that they're gonna that running game will factor in. Of course, you got the Mahafa, whatever how you pronounce that, for Clemson. He's on a tear. I mean, so I think Texas will have their hands full with that run game. But I think you definitely have a two quarterback, with Klubnik and Ewers. I think it's how you pronounce that. I'm bad with pronunciation sometimes, but
You're good.
I think it's going to be a shootout. I'm thinking it's going to be up in the 30s easy. Both sides. I think it's going to be a good game. I think though, Texas lost to Georgia. That was in overtime on the 7th. That was kind of a I think just Texas, the quality of players or the opponents that they played, I think is going to bode them well. Clemson, of course, playing in, against they beat SMU barely. So I don't know. I think Texas. I was leaning Clemson, but one of my picks will probably be Clemson as the underdog. I can't remember what the line is on that one, but I know. They're heavily favoring Texas right now. So
I think it's 12.5 in favor of Texas right now.
Yeah. I would take the points in Clemson though, if we were doing points. But
and real quick, what you said about Moffa, that was one thing I forgot to mention. He's been playing injured with a hurt right shoulder, and he just hasn't looked the same. I'm sure if you watch the Carolina game, he just doesn't want to hit anybody. He runs out about it. He used to be a bruising, pounding back, but he just don't want to hit anybody. And our backup got hurt on the opening kickoff of the second half against SMU, Jay Haynes, and I'm pretty sure he tore his ACL. So it'll be thin at the running back position for us.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt definitely.
Murph, you want to go? You ready?
Yeah, I'm good. I just hit enter and it's off. So there we go. I've actually got a couple. I mean, you guys hear me all right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I mean, I've actually got two brackets. I mean, on this one, I've got one with Texas going, and obviously I got one with Clemson going. Just trying to put the odds together. I mean, I would like to say that Clemson, obviously as a Carolina fan, I don't ever want Clemson to win a game, but I'm actually gonna stay true to South Carolina on this one and pull for Clemson. I think Dabo Swinney is a great coach. He's had good success in the past against SEC teams, especially obviously Carolina. Look at their records. And if I'm basing Clemson's play off of the Carolina Clemson game, we got lucky with one play that put us ahead. Other than that, we actually got outplayed all game. I was watching that game, looking at a Carolina team from the beginning of the season. I don't think we did well at all. So I'm going to go with Clemson on this one. I hope I'm right. Obviously, I do have another bracket where Clemson doesn't make it, but for sake of conversation, I'm pulling Clemson. I think Dabo Swinney's got what it takes. He's been to this show before many times.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
I'm curious if Texas's D is going to be able to hold them down. I think that, unfortunately for Link, I think that Texas is going to pull this out. I'm curious when we're going to see Arch Manning, because Ewers has been pretty unsteady recently. But that Texas defense, 12 points a game, only 4 yards per play. That's pretty elite. I think against Clemson it gets it done. In the second round, we'll see. But that's my quick take. I think Texas pulls it out. I do think Clemson has that capability, but I think Texas's run offense and that defense are going to clamp down. Clemson will start strong. I think Texas will they'll be down by like a touchdown. They'll make a comeback in the second half, and they'll win it like 23-17. What do you think, Med?
So I think this is I'm on kind of par with what's going on with what they're predicting with a 12 to 12.5 spread. Texas is just that talented. It's nothing against Clemson, but this isn't Clemson from days of old. This is a team that has not been there in the last 3 years. Last time the Clemson Tigers have been in the playoffs is 2021. So they don't really have that experience like they're used to. Kubnik actually did a really good job with bouncing back. At the beginning of the season, he didn't look all that great, but they actually regained the form. They actually have playmakers on all three parts of the phases of the offense, with Williams, with Maffa, and then with Kubnik being the trigger man. But you look at what Texas has, and they're just loaded. I mean, you got Isaiah Bond, you got Golden, you got Ewers. They could bring in Arch Manning, who surprisingly has wheels. And they do a running back by committee, so that you got Blue and you got a couple others that can really push the ball down the field. And not necessarily, they can hit hard. They hit often, and it is what it is. But one factor that I would actually like to put in is that Clemson actually has a really good pass rusher that could really disrupt Ewers and kind of throw him in that rock, and that's TJ Parker, 11 sacks on the season. So you could rustle that in, but I'm going to go ahead and say ESPN has most people are going with 80% going towards Texas. I'm part of that 80%. I'm thinking Texas.
All right, so everybody's picking Texas, and yeah, like we said, that defense is elite, but Clemson can put up some points. I've seen 11.5, man. That's a big spread. So
that's a lot. Yeah,
that's a lot.
I don't think it's going to be that much, but it's going to like Bill said, I would take those points.
Yeah.
And real quick, going back to what Med was saying too, you mentioned TJ Parker, and we got Peter Woods in the middle.
Yep.
But the problem with all those running backs you mentioned from Texas is they're fast. They don't run it up in between the tackles very often. They get out and run inside, and that's how Georgia killed us in the second half, was running to the edges. We're not quick on the.
I love bringing in a Clemson expert for a Clemson game. Love it.
Yeah.
It's great. It's awesome. And we had a couple comments. Texas is not good at catching the ball. True. And Peter had a question. Did actually have a general seeding question. If Notre Dame hadn't lost to NIU and came into this unbeaten, do they move higher into the seedings? And I think that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
I think they might have been – they would have gotten a bye for sure. Don't you guys think?
I don't think Notre Dame can get one, but I think they definitely would have been the 5 seed.
Yeah,
Aren't
because
they
they're independent.
Independent.
No, I'm sorry. They're 7. You're right. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe because they're independent. So, Peter, I guess they could. So, if they were undefeated, there's no scenario because they're independent. They could not have gotten a top 4 seed.
No.
Which is crazy because they are actually with the ACC in everything but football.
Yeah.
It might benefit them to do that then in the future, right?
No, I agree.
That feels like it's worth it right there alone. Getting that pass
up like this is to make them join one eventually.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I've tossed I'm also a Notre Dame guy, so I've tossed that back and forth. Like, do you join? Do you not join? Do you join? Do you not join? It's one of those where, like Link just said, they're eventually going to be pushed into a conference.
Exactly.
And for the missed it in 2020 when they just gave them the games. All they had to say was, "Look, you want games in 2020? You join the ACC for football." But instead, they just gave them the games.
Yeah, they did.
Weird, man. Well, speaking of Notre Dame, do you guys want to hit that one, or which game do we? It's totally up to you guys. I'm ready for all of them. You guys want to hit that Notre Dame Indiana game?
Go for it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so to me, this is an interesting one because Indiana leads the league in rushing defense, just under 71 yards per game. Notre Dame also an elite defense, 13.6. They've got two running backs. Can Riley Leonard get it going against Indiana's strong run D? Because that's key. Because to me, Notre Dame isn't going to win if they can't get the run game going, and they're playing an elite rush defense. I was leaning Notre Dame. Bill, why don't you start this one? What do you think?
I was leaning Notre Dame too. I just think that their rush game is going to take care of business. I mean, you got what is that? Love. 134 carries, 949 yards, 15 touchdowns. I mean, they're going to pound the rock. But make no mistake. You got their rookie who also is over 2,800 yards, 27 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. So they can pass the ball too. They got some receivers on their end there too, that Collins especially. But I'm just looking at the fact that Notre Dame, they've won their last 5. They're hot. They beat Army. They beat Navy. And those aren't chump change, teams right there. Since I've witnessed Army firsthand, watching UNT get blown up by them. But they just were pounding the run game. So I think Notre Dame has got some firepower there, and they are favored by 70% on ESPN as well. So
yeah, I'm seeing 7.5 point favorites.
Mm-hmm.
They took it to USC, like you said, they took it to Army. This team, and this year has not been. I mean, damn, they're a tough team to score on. Louisville got 4 on them, but that's the. Other than USC with that 35, teams that struggle to crack 20 on this team.
14 points, yeah.
It was that early season loss, and to me, that's why I like that. You should be able to lose one game. Unfortunately, that's college football, but yeah, Bill, I get it. This is an interesting matchup, though. I feel like there's a reason the line's closer. This could be really close. Murph, what do you think on this one?
Well, I'm going Irish on this one, obviously. I think Notre Dame I think they're gonna take this one. Like Bill said, Riley Leonard, as long as he can start it off fast and get the ball moving, he's gonna be good. And not only that, but everybody just looks at Love as one of their weapons. They've got some other guys in the backfield that can actually rush the ball pretty good. And I was worried about that Southern Cal game. I really was, especially with how close it got. But the game that I am basing my decision off of is, in fact, that Army game. That defense was on top of it. They were flying to the ball. They were making the tackles. A team that has not seen a playoff, a team that has not been in the top 15, top 20 in a very, very long time, which is the Army. Notre Dame just absolutely went in there and honestly just to kind of embarrassed them. And I was thinking that game was going to be a lot closer, but Marcus Freeman's doing a lot of good stuff. I don't think he's done.
Good take, man. I like it. This helps me because I've had such a busy life situation happen. I've gotten to watch very little college. I've read a lot on it. So I love getting the takes from you guys. Link, what's your take on this one?
Here's the hard part for me when I look at all these teams in the playoff. You have the group of teams who've lost some games like Clemson, it's like some of these other teams. They've lost some games, but they've looked good outside of those. So it's like, all right, they've looked good, but they haven't beat anybody. That's kind of, Texas, another one of those teams. They hadn't beat anybody. They lost to Georgia twice. And then you have the teams like Notre Dame who've looked dominant all year long, but who've they beat too? They're not losing games. I mean, they lost to NIU. They're not losing games. The teams who have lost some games, they look more dominant than some of these other teams. But the teams who haven't lost any games and have looked dominant, it's like, who've they beaten? So it's so hard to factor everything out. Who some of these teams? Indiana's another team. They've looked great all year, but they lost to the only good team they played all season with Ohio State, the only team of playoff caliber level. So it's kind of hard to judge them. I think Notre Dame wins this game. Just obviously they're the more talented team. And I think that's going to go a long way. It's also at home. That's a tough place to go play and a tough place to go win. And also real quick, fun fact about the stadium. I was looking at this game at just Notre Dame Stadium and realized in 2020 when Trevor Lawrence was out with COVID, DJ actually has the most pass yards in the history of that stadium from an opposing quarterback. Who would have thought that guy, of all people, of all the great quarterbacks that have played in that stadium, who would have thought he had the most pass yards?
Wow.
But I look at them, and I just think they're going to be the more physical team, and I just think that's eventually going to wear down on Indiana, and eventually Notre Dame's going to pull away and just beat them because they're just physically going to destroy them the entire game. They're going to pound the ball. It doesn't matter if the run game isn't working at the beginning of the game for Notre Dame. They're going to stay on it. They're going to continue running the football. However, I don't think it's necessarily going to be a blowout because Indiana has a really good quarterback in Curtis Rourke, transferred from Ohio, I believe. A lot of people here wanted us to go after him over the offseason. He's a great quarterback. I think he has the potential to make the plays to win Indiana the game, but I just think Notre Dame's going to be too much. And that, like you said, that defense, it's, in my opinion, that's the best defense in the country.
Ooh, good take too, because they really are one of the best. Med, what's your take on this one? Good take, Link.
So the one thing about Indiana is that whenever they actually played against really top-notch teams, let's just say Ohio State, they really struggled with them. In fact, they only had 158 yards. And Curtis Rourke, he was 8 for 18, sacked 5 times, and just 68 yards passing throughout that whole game. This is going to be basically a slugfest for running because let's be real, Irish are not really known for passing the ball this year. Riley Leonard is not that guy. He had just over 2,000 yards passing. But their strength is running the ball. They're going to pound the run, like Link said. I think that they're not necessarily going to crush Indiana, but it's going to be a really quick postseason for them. And I have Irish going up probably 24-7.
Ooh.
For sure. And back to what Med was saying, not necessarily crush them. It's going to be one of those games where you watch it and you feel like Notre Dame's up 30 the whole game. When in reality, they might only be up 14. I go back to the Notre Dame North Carolina game a few years ago when they had Sam Howell on the road up there. You watching the game, you felt like Notre Dame was killing them. You look at the scoreboard, they're only up 10, and it's like, what the heck?
You want me to talk seductive football?
I was going to say.
I had to hit that. That was a great comment.
What about you, Isaac?
I'm going to go ahead and stick with Notre Dame on this one. I do think there's going to be an upset. I just don't see this one as being it. I just think their defense is too much. I think they'll get just enough out of that running game. And there's just something, it's kind of like the Minnesota Vikings in the NFL, or like the, and people are going to hate me for this, but kind of like the Steelers. I just don't fully buy them. When they play a tough team, they fold. I mean, the Packers have even done this. And I just see a problem. Like you nailed it. I think it was Med who said it. When they played, it was Med. When they play tough teams, looking at their schedule, and I've watched a little bit of them this season, there was a difference there. Like there's a difference between playing Purdue and winning 66-0 and then losing to Ohio State. Yeah. And when the competition rises, I just don't fully buy them. I just don't. I think maybe it's because I know a lot of Notre Dame fans, but they're actually my sleeper pick to win the whole thing. So,
yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm going to pick them, but
Yeah.
they're one of the teams that has a real shot. I like
Well,
them.
you just got Dave to Chubb just now. So I mean, sitting there, he's like, man, Notre Dame's gonna win it. I know that you did put it on your Facebook. I love that. I love that.
I what? No, I didn't say anything. You
Yeah.
said it. I didn't say nothing. I just said Notre Dame's gonna play some good football. You're the one that made it weird. So I like that sleeper one. I really do. I don't think that I could be wrong. It's just they've never done it. I think Oregon should be the favorite, but I don't think they're winning this. I really don't. We'll get into it more. Let's go ahead and let's hit so Bill, mine's Notre Dame there. Let's go ahead and hit Tennessee, Ohio State. This one's an interesting game. Ohio State has been a weird freaking team. Ryan Day has drawn the ire of what? The entire nation? I mean, how many people has that dude?
Ohio State or Ohio?
If you like Ohio State football at all, you hate this guy. This guy sucks. So, yeah, this is.
Hey, I got to step away for just a real quick second. I'll be right back.
Okay, dude. I could see Tennessee actually winning this, but I'm still leaning Ohio State at the moment.
Yeah.
Ned, let's go with you first on this one. What are you thinking on this?
So I kind of want to say Ohio State, but I'm going to tell you right now, I think Tennessee's going to probably win this one, and it's mostly because Sampson, he's just an amazing running back. Like this dude pretty much carried Tennessee to where they're at right now, and they got weapons. I mean, they're the SEC. The third best team is usually would be the best team in other conferences. Let's just be real, and the letdown that I saw with Michigan against Ohio State, where they beat them 13-10. I mean, they had more fight in them after they tried to plant the flag in the middle of the stadium. Let's just be honest. And, this is one game where I will sit there and I will say this is probably your upset game in the first round. I know the nation is saying Tennessee is at 34 and, Ohio State is at 66, but, there's a lot of questions to be asked with Ryan Day. Will Howard actually be able to step up in this game? This defense for Tennessee is on par with the offense and, in fact, is better than their offense this year. That is a first in a long time for Tennessee. And this team has only gotten better as the season went on. So I'm going to go with Tennessee on this.
There's a part of me that worries Ohio State's going to blow it. It's hard to pick these teams on a road game because it's in Ohio State, and that's a tough place to play. And Tennessee hasn't been tough, hasn't been very good away from Knoxville. It's just tough to play in Ohio State, but I kind of get you, Ned. This is a good one.
Games. I'm pretty sure the tickets are still split up like a bowl game, though. So I don't think Ohio State is going to have all the tickets. Ooh. I think they get a little bit of a percentage, but it's not going to be 100% of the tickets are through Ohio State.
Okay. So what do you think on this one? Like, who do you think wins?
It's a tough one, and it's a big game, I think, for both head coaches. You look at Ryan Day, his job's potentially on the line. If he loses this game, I cut him some slack with Michigan. The last 3 years, all right, the first year that he lost to him, Michigan probably wins either way. There's the cheating stuff that apparently had been going on there. They probably win the first year. The second year, who knows? The third year, definitely win again. But this year, no cheating. Worst Michigan team in, I don't know, the last 10, 15 years. And they come into your house and beat you. And you put up 10 points on a defense who's missing their best player. It's not impressive. Not only that, they played it close with Nebraska. They probably should have lost that one. First half against, they've just looked awful all season long. It's a huge, huge game for Ryan Day. I think if they lose this game, especially with it being a home game, he's done. I think they fire him, which really sucks because I think he's kind of in the same boat Kirby Smart was before he won the first national championship. Everybody was saying, Kirby Smart's the next Mark Richt, all this other stuff, and then he won a national championship, and look what's followed since then. I think Ryan Day could be the same thing. If he could just win one, I think that would break the glass floor. He would go out and he would win 4 or 5 with Ohio State. The problem is does he have what it takes to get that one? I don't know. And then on the flip side, Josh Heupel, he might as well be James Franklin. because that's what he typically does every year. Beats all the garbage teams that throw on his schedule. Will lose to the 2 good teams he plays, and then we'll go get a solid bowl game and go win it. This is a chance for him to make a breakthrough to that next level and really climb up the coaching charts and the coach rankings. When you look at the game on paper, I think the teams are pretty much even when it comes to talent. Both 2 very good defenses, 2 very good offenses on paper. But they've both been inconsistent all season long, so it's really who shows up. I'm torn on who to pick here, but I'm going to go with Tennessee. I think that at the end of the game, I trust Nico more than I trust Will Howard, and that's what it comes down to for me.
Interesting. Bill, what's your take, man?
Well, you guys make some really good points with Tennessee, and I am kind of with you on that, but I don't know. I guess growing up in the Midwest, the Big Ten is always a battle, and I think if you do well in the Big Ten, which Ohio State has done, I mean, they weren't the top, Oregon and Indiana, that kind of thing, but 7-2 in conference. It's a black and blue. I call a black and blue kind of division or conference. I'm leaning a little bit Ohio State there as far as just for that they've been under a lot of firepower, just being in that sheer conference and battling within. So I can see where you might take Tennessee, but I'm going to lean Ohio State in this one.
Ooh. Okay, cool. All right.
Coach.
All right, my final take. Dang, people made really good takes here. There's got to be an upset. Forget it. Let's just go Tennessee.
You going Tennessee? Okay.
No, let's just do it because.
Would you like Coach to actually say something too?
Oh, sorry, you're right. He was set this way. Murph, what's your take?
Yeah, I was tracking down a water heater problem apparently.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Out of all 3 brackets that I've done, as much as I'd like to stay and keep it in the SEC, I think if you look at the Big Ten games against SEC, the SEC teams typically have the better advantage over these teams. I just don't see Tennessee taking it this year. I really don't. I've got to go with Bill. I'm going Ohio State.
I like it.
Yeah, and that's on all 3 brackets. I have Ohio State taking that one.
Really? Okay.
I like it too.
Ooh,
all
saucy.
Right.
He's also a South Carolina fan. Just keep that in mind, people.
I don't like Ohio State.
Sounds like some bias. I hear bias there. Okay, so we got one more. SMU, Penn State, and then I think for sake of time, we'll speed up the next round in the playoff a little bit, just so some other games too, because I want to talk the Michigan game. I know Bill wants to talk UNT. There's no way we're getting all through 36. We're not getting through all 36. There's just no way we'd be here for 4 hours.
No.
But we'll do as many as we can. I just got to hit this comment though. This cracked me up.
Hi, Janae.
Nobody wants raisins in their potato salad, apparently.
That's gross.
Yeah,
Yes,
no, I would forget that.
Yeah.
That's what
No.
it is. So, and then this one, national championship or gone. That's a good point too. Sounds like he's gone because I'm going to be really surprised if Ohio State wins it the way they're looking right now. All right, so there we go. Popcorn, butter.
Popcorn.
I just add some popcorn.
So, Smoking Jeremy, I just wanted to say thank you for throwing up the fact about the tickets that was brought up earlier. 20%.
Oh yeah.
Media and 40% to each team. I like that. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Good comment. Okay, keep throwing them in, guys. This is fun. Okay, SMU, Penn State. I can't go upset here. I'm going to be really shocked. This one, I'm very, very feeling very good about Penn State. SMU, they're a good team, but I think Penn State wins this handedly. ESPN really needs to fix their stuff saying that's going to be 107,000 Penn State fans. It's not true. It's a bowl game. So fix your stuff. That's terrible. But Penn State is a better team, and they should handle this. But, upsets happen. But I'm going to go and take Penn State. Let's do Murph on this one. What do you think, man?
I've looked at this bracket both ways. I think Penn State's got this one, to be quite honest with you. I mean, SMU's kind of come out of the middle of nowhere. I mean, they are a team that's got good potential, and we're seeing that. But right now, I mean, Penn State got the 6th seed for a reason. I mean, they have actually played some teams with some competition, and they're doing good. I think overall they're, at 11-2, you're talking Sorry, my screen just froze on me. I know ESPN's got him at 67%. I just Aller's he's a good quarterback. And I think, and then he's got a great running back, and their defense has been playing pretty well on the games that I have watched. I hate to take Penn State. I am not a Penn State fan. I despise them, but looking at the stats, looking at the numbers, I got to take Penn State.
All right.
Okay.
I agree.
All right. Let's go ahead. Ooh, let's do a different order here. Link, what's your thought on this one?
Yeah, see, this is another one. I think Penn State's going to win. I think Penn State's overrated. They another team who hasn't really very many good teams. But then again, when you look at how college football is shaped out this year, who are you really going to put over them? Are they actually overrated? It's a little tricky. I don't think they're as good as some people think, but I think they're definitely good enough to beat SMU. I think they're just going to be more physical. You mentioned Aller. He's a good quarterback. He's a quarterback a lot of coaches would be okay with. He's not going to go out there and be flashy and make these crazy plays and go win the game with all of his heroics. But the dude just does not throw interceptions and turn the ball over. He's not going to go out there and make a play that will cost you the game. Just not something he's going to do. He's going to keep your team the ball, and he's going to give you a chance to go down the field and score every single drive. I look at that tight end that they got, blanking on his name, but I don't see a single player on that SMU defense that can stop him. I think Penn State's run game will have a tough time getting going in the first half, especially because SMU's D-line is legit, one of the best D-lines in college football. And one thing that does worry me about this Penn State team is how explosive the SMU offense is. I don't know if Penn State's going to be able to blow them out because SMU could win this game because they don't have to go, 13 plays, 75 yards down the field. They don't have to put a whole drive together against this Penn State defense. They can catch them slipping up in the secondary one time and burn them down the field for a big touchdown. They're explosive. They make a lot of plays. Jennings, he's a great quarterback. It looks like the play's dead, and next thing you know, he's breaking out of the pocket, running 50 yards down the field. But with that being said, I just think Penn State's too big, too strong, too physical, and going to be too much for SMU to handle. So I got Penn State winning it by, I don't know, I'd say probably about 10 to 14 points.
Yeah, I mean, Tyler Warren is the tight end. I mean,
that's right.
How many tight ends right now in college have over 1,000 yards on six touchdowns? I mean, the dude's a hoss.
Gotta love private chat. All right, Bill, go for it, bro.
Yeah, I'm leaning Penn State too. I agree with you guys. I'm looking at the games that Penn State's played, and there's the two losses that they have against Ohio State. They lost by 7, and then against Oregon they lost by 8. But they put up 37 points on Oregon, and only 13 on Ohio State. But all the other wins in the Big Ten there, that defense was holding them to 20 points or less on all the other games. So I think Penn State, that defense, is going to take a toll, and it will be close. I think SMU can run the ball, like you said, but I think Penn State's D will pick up, and then they'll just pound the rock on the Mustangs. And I think it'll be like the score of, I'm going to say 27-20.
This private chat is too much. I don't think Bill can even see it. It's pretty funny.
I can see Janae. I can't see the private chat now.
There's a private chat option on the side, and that's like, you look constipated. Because I was trying to get my mic out.
Oh, wow.
I said, you look constipated. Focus harder.
Like, you look constipated.
Yeah.
Try harder. And I'm sitting there trying to die laughing. I muted myself. And at first, my clicker on the thing kept unmuting, and it was really annoying. That was really funny stuff. I like that. That was good.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm just going to hold the damn mic because I want to lean back. It's more comfortable. So, okay, cool. So everybody picked Penn State, right?
Not everybody.
No, I was going to say, Med, you got to.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right.
Man, why are you Speedy Gonzalez tonight? You like trying to skip past my boy Coach?
I was gonna say.
Tried to skip past.
Oh, you're right. We didn't start with Murph.
Yeah.
No, it's only because I know we have so many games. But
I mean, I know we look the same, but
we're focused on the playoff. You're right. Well, no, I was also just
I have more hair than you, buddy.
You do.
I guess they don't.
More hair.
So
you need to not wear the hat just to remind everybody that you have hair and Med doesn't.
No.
Fine. Well, you're catching up with me, aren't you, Isaac? So
actually, it's looking pretty good. A kid at school is like, you're not balding anymore. I was like, yes, that's it right there.
Lies. Don't lie to this, kids. They're our future.
No.
Future
He told
development
me
of this great country.
He said,
I'm picking up.
What do you think?
Well, besides your flowing locks, we're going to talk about this SMU Penn State game because I agree with everything that Link said earlier. I got to actually watch a good part of the Clemson SMU game, and I'm going to tell you right now, SMU is fast, like super fast. And Jennings, I mean, literally, dude's lightning in the bottle. He can throw it, he can run, he could do it all. And Smith was their lead back this past year, running for over almost 1,300 yards. And, they don't really pass the ball that much. I mean, they can, and they do, but he spreads it out quite a bit. Same thing with Penn State. It's kind of, except for Penn State ain't nearly as fast. Now, their defense is a lot better than what SMU has. And just because I said, the way that I look at it, I could see SMU actually stealing this one, but Penn State's going to win this.
Okay.
I like it. All right. And Penn State is 67% on ESPN. Not that we're all checking ESPN or anything, Med.
No.
All right, Murph, what was your take?
Oh, I took Penn State on that one.
You took Penn State?
Yeah.
Okay, so now everyone's going to have different picks for the second round, obviously, because we all pick different games. So we'll run through that second round with those buys.
You're right. So you tell me real quick, Isaac, who do you got for Texas and Arizona State?
Who are you taking?
I actually think Texas wins that.
Really? I'm going to put you down for that. Okay.
I do. I think their defense is good enough. I think ASU is a little bit on fraud watch. I think that Texas is a better team. Now, I'm a little concerned if Ewers doesn't play well, Arch Manning will have to come in. But I think that should have probably been the case all along. I just think Texas has a much better defense, and I think that matters in bowl games. I'm going to take Texas.
And what do you think about that receiver over there in Arizona State, Isaac?
You're
1,500 yards, over 1,500 yards, 19 touchdowns.
On the fact. You're talking about Tyson, right? Are you talking about Tyson?
We're talking about Arizona State.
Arizona State.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, you started saying someone from Texas. We're talking about Arizona State. I want to be like
1,100 yards, 10 TDs. That is pretty elite. 24 TDs for the quarterback, 5 interceptions. That's not bad. They've got a good running game, too.
Yeah, the running game, too.
Firepower on offense. I just think this is the wrong matchup for them. Style makes when you get to NFL playoffs or college bowl games like this, the problem is that styles make fights, and I just think this is the wrong draw for ASU. If Clemson does win and surprise, I'm going to pick ASU because I don't know if I can switch or if Bill, we have to put all the picks in now, right?
Well, I have to, I have to have them in by the 14th.
He has to go in, okay.
Okay, so in that scenario, if we could switch, if I was wrong and Texas and Clemson won and Link's day and world were made, I'd pick ASU, unfortunately. But
okay, you're gonna go ASU?
No, I'm going Texas over ASU.
Oh, you're taking Texas, Med. You're going with Arizona.
Clemson upset him. I would.
No, I'm going to go Texas too. ASU is the hot
after
team.
all of that. What? Tell me all about Texas, Med.
I mean,
who are Texas playmakers? Tell me about it.
Oh man, you talked me into it.
Yeah. I'm going Arizona State on that one.
Oh man, this is
Yeah.
fun. Testing, man, I love it.
What do you guys think?
I'm
Real
with
quick, this comment that Jeremy made about
Yeah.
strict the schedule didn't matter for SMU over Bama, but it did in the case of Bama over Miami. Here's the problem with that. The week before, you said SMU was the 8th team in the country. Alabama was the 12th team in the country. Is it 12 or 11?
11.
11.
Alabama didn't play. SMU did. You can't jump them back because then you set a precedent that will never be unbroken. Nobody will want to make a conference championship game, and you just eliminated all of them if you do that. That's why they came out and said you won't be punished for losing a conference championship game. Because had Alabama made it over SMU, then all those people who were clowning on Lane Kiffin, about what he said about they'd rather miss the conference championship and get in at an at-large bid than make it and lose. All those people that were clowning on him would be wrong, and he would be right. Because if you do that, conference championship doesn't matter. Why go play the extra game if then when you lose, you're going to get dropped for somebody who didn't even play?
Yeah, and there's a great example of that from last year with FSU, and then go even further back to when UCF was ranked number 1. They didn't make playoffs. I mean, obviously, we're not talking about a 12-team playoff, but strength of schedule is you got to look at quality. I agree with you, Link. Good call.
Love you, man. We've gone at each other more of the show. All right, I really like that. That was good stuff. Anybody else? Bill, did you give yours?
Yes, I went. I went with. Where did I put it? Wrote it down because I was writing down your guys' choices too at the same time. Yeah, I went with.
I think you went Texas.
I went Arizona State.
Oh, you went Arizona State?
Yep.
Woo!
Yep.
Bill won this 2 years ago. I'm not questioning because
No.
Bill's.
I mean,
he's had some weeks in the NFL. He's beat me too, but he won this thing a couple of years ago. It's time to repeat as champ.
Trying.
Okay, so did everybody go?
Now, so if my pick with going with Clemson holds, unfortunately, I do have to go Arizona State over Clemson.
Yeah, no, see, I get that. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just have to.
Yeah. Okay.
See,
No, I
for
get
me,
it, man.
for me in this game, I think Arizona State getting the bye was huge for them because they were without their wide receiver Tyson, who's been the dog all year. I think I remember seeing when watching the conference championship game. Other than him, when it came to I think he has 75 catches on the year or something like that.
Yeah.
The next highest receiver was actually that was the actual receiver, not a running back or tight end. Had like 17, and the next guy, I think the next two guys had 30 catches combined between them. So that's kind of stuff matters in the playoffs. It didn't matter against Iowa State. They obviously still blew them out. But I think in this one, I took Texas to beat Clemson. I think Texas would beat Arizona State. I think Clemson would beat Arizona State as well. Again, it helps because this gives Tyson more time to recover, potentially be back. But I just don't trust that Arizona State defense. I think both these offenses for Clemson and Texas would have a lot more. Not to mention, especially if Clemson beats Texas and matches up against Arizona State. One, it's going to be in Atlanta, so it's going to be a Clemson crowd. Two, you're going to have to throw in the fact too. All right, they beat SMU, they beat Texas. They're riding really high. They're confident. They think they can beat anybody. And to throw Arizona State in there, who on paper isn't as talented, I think Clemson can beat them. And I'm excited for that one because even if Texas wins, I still might go to that game. I think it's like $150 for tickets.
I like it. I made Med leave. I feel so bad. I'm just kidding.
Maybe he was constipated.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh.
And Link, the good thing about Clemson, if Clemson does take Texas,
yeah,
and then they're going to Atlanta, that's a home game for Clemson. You know that thing's going to be packed.
Yep.
Everybody from South Carolina is going to that game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's going to make it a great
should
time.
Go to that game.
So, yeah. So.
All right. Well, this would be the Rose Bowl. Everybody good? Let's do the Oregon. So whichever team you had winning. Bill, remind me. Did I picked Tennessee, right?
You took
Tennessee
you took Tennessee to beat Ohio State. Yes.
You
So
can
now-
make it a wrap. There's no way Oregon's going to lose that game. Oregon
Okay.
wins. Oregon beats Tennessee. I'll be
All right.
very surprised if they're below that one.
I'm also taking Oregon as well.
Link, you've had some great takes. Murph too. Link, what's your take? Oregon, they blow it. Does Ohio State or Tennessee have any chance to win that one?
This one is, again, it's another hard one to pick, and it's another thing to look at too. We've seen it in the NFL playoffs. We've seen it with MLB playoffs. We've never seen it in college football. How does that bye week affect? How's that bye week going to affect these teams? Are they going to come out flat, or are they going to be a lot more rested up from the teams who just had to play? I think in this one, I'm taking Oregon, just because I think regardless of who wins, I took Tennessee over Ohio State, but regardless of who matches up against Oregon, I think Ohio State would have a better shot at beating them just because they've seen them already this season. And we know historically what happens when two top 5 teams match up. Usually the team that won the first one gets blown out in the second one. Obviously, that didn't matter when Washington faced Oregon twice last year and beat them both times. But I think that could play a factor into it. Again, Ohio State's already seen them before. They know how to beat them. They honestly probably should have beat them last time, or at least, kicked a field goal for a shot at it. But I think Oregon wins regardless, because at the end of the day, Dylan Gabriel's not losing the football game for his team. He's the better quarterback. He's better than Nico. He's better than Will Howard. I trust Dylan Gabriel over either one of those quarterbacks, and I think he's going to be the one that is able to bring his team out top. I think Oregon wins.
Like it. Matt, we didn't make any jokes at your expense while you were gone. I promise.
Okay, good.
There's absolutely none.
Oh, look. It's my boy.
He's got your
there,
back.
Seth.
Clemson to be the championship game.
Yeah, I love it. Murph, what's your take?
Listen, I'm actually going to take Ohio.
Okay.
I'm actually going with Ohio on this one.
That's okay.
Ohio State, not to be confused with the
Excuse-
Ohio Bobcats.
Yeah, the Ohio State, as everybody likes to
Wait,
call
Ohio
it.
Bobcats?
I really don't have a whole lot to say about this one, other than my pick, because I think both of these teams they're dominant. They can play dominant. They're going to play hard. It's going to be a dogfight. Basing my pick is off of, honestly, I just want to see the bracket really get screwed up at some point. There's going to be an upset somewhere. Yeah, there's going to be an upset somewhere, and this is where I picked it. That's why.
Hey, I like it. Like, March Madness, it happens. There's going to be upsets. Med, we talked about you being constipated. Hopefully everything's okay. What's your pick here?
Oh man, I'm okay. I took a nice big Izac and wiped my bill earlier, so I think I'm
You
good.
called the Isaac in honor of me.
Wow.
Oh,
I hope you use Charmin.
I did.
Chicago Bears
Charmin
every time
Soft,
I go to the
baby.
bathroom. I'm going to call it Chicago Bears every time I go to the bathroom.
It's okay. It's okay.
But I took a Caleb today, guys. It's okay. Wait, no.
I always call my toilet
I
Lambeau
eat
Field.
with
So, it's all good.
No.
So, I regardless if it's going to be Ohio State or if it's going to be Tennessee, Link nailed it. Dylan Gabriel is the guy.
Yep.
He's going. If he goes into the NFL draft, which I believe he is, isn't he? Link, is this his year?
Yeah, this is last year.
So I think he will. He won't be up there with Cameron Ward, but he will be a nice consolation prize for someone later on the draft in my eyes. But I trust him too. And Oregon, this isn't Oregon from the early 2000s. This isn't your Chip Kelly's Oregon. This is a team that plays defense too. And they pretty much overpower every team that they played this year. And I'm just going to go ahead and say Oregon.
Yep.
Like it. Okay, so everybody other than Murph took Oregon. All right, now we're down to the other part. So depending on who you took, SMU, Penn State, they're going to be playing Boise State in a hell of a matchup on New Year's Eve.
I would be happy
the
with
Fiesta Bowl, which I've always wanted to go to after living in Arizona. This is going to be a fun one. Ned, co-host.
So I am really good. I'm actually really happy about this. And because Boise State, it's kind of ironic that this is the same bowl game that they were actually able to beat Oklahoma with a Statue of Liberty play when they were like the little dog David versus Goliath matchup and everything like that. Like I just probably showed my age just then, but
The annexation of Puerto Rico, baby.
exactly.
I'll be right back. You got this, Bill.
But they got the best running back, Austin Gentry, who I don't know if he went over 2,000 yards, but he was damn close to it, and he is also a Heisman candidate. And I believe that my last pick was Penn State going up to this. I don't know if it's still going to be Penn State with this point because I really do like the offense. Maddox is a really good quarterback with Boise State. I think they really can actually press it with Penn State. But, no, you know what? I'm going to go with Boise State.
Okay. On that note, you hit it right on the button. I mean, the quarterback, Madison, 2,700 yards, 22 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. And that, what is that, Genty? How do you say that last name?
Genty.
Yeah, almost 2,500, 3 yards shy of 2,500 yards and 29 touchdowns. Dude, that's dominant, man. That's dominant. So, yeah, I got to go with Boise taking either Penn State or SMU. I'm thinking Penn State, but Boise State, I think, takes this one. I think they'll just dominate. Because, like you said, they can play defense, too. What are they giving up? Only 21 points in the last 5 games to teams they played. I mean, yeah, they're going to win. I don't see it any other way.
I like that.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think I'm going with Boise State. Heisman players have their Heisman moment. GT almost had his against Oregon. I think he gets his here over Penn State. I think the biggest thing, like y'all have mentioned, is Batson at quarterback. GT gets all the credit and all the shine offensively. Mm-hmm. But there's been some games where he's been slowed down, especially at the end of games, and Madsen's had to go out and make plays, and that's exactly what he's done. He's led his team straight down the field. They've gone and they've won games. They're just an elite football team, especially offensively. Defensively, they struggle a little bit, but offensively, they're elite. You look at what they did to number 1 Oregon, lost by 3 points to them earlier in the season and had a shot at winning the football game, just couldn't quite get it done. I think they beat Penn State in this one. I think they can shut Penn State's offense down. And the biggest thing is I think they're going to force Drew Aller to have to go make a play to win the game. And I don't know if he's going to be able to do it, especially not at this stage in this spotlight.
Cool. Isaac, what about you? Where'd you go?
No, I don't know where
Is he constipated?
Not anymore.
That's where he went.
Oh, gotcha. See,
Smoking Jeremy B. Also went with Boise State.
Oh, there he is. He went to go get snacks.
He went to go get some cheese to go ahead and clog it up. Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, you saw the cheese. I was like, did he see the cheese?
Yeah, cheese.
Wow.
Cheese, go figure.
Cheese.
Nice.
Hold on. You want the cheese, you said, right?
Yeah.
All right, fine. The cheese it is. There you go.
Speaking of the cheese, I wish the Packers had. Gosh, I wish they'd won that game so I could have justified them in my top 5 again this week because I've been able to almost get away with that for a while. Mm-hmm. People are like, the Packers aren't a top 5 team. Okay, so who did everybody pick? I'm sorry, everybody pick Boise State.
Actually, I was getting ready to go since you were getting your cheese. This is where I actually agree with everybody. Boise State right here.
Boise State. Isaac.
I'll make this simple too. Boise State.
Okay. So
next one, we got Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. And they're going to be playing Notre Dame, and I'm going to shock you here. I'm going to go and take Notre Dame. I think that defense is legit.
So,
I like Georgia, but I think they're going down. My wife's going to hate me for that, but I don't know.
So Isaac, you're going Notre Dame? Okay.
Should I? Do they have?
I'm sticking Georgia.
Tell you what. Make the argument since you're the experts here, and I'm just a cheesehead.
Yeah.
Med, why should I take Georgia?
Because they're a better team.
Yep.
Are they?
I mean, you look at what they have from top to bottom. I mean, they lost their starting quarterback, and there was hardly any drop off. They beat Texas twice, not just. I mean, this past time just barely, but they beat them convincingly earlier this year. And it's just being honest, Georgia is probably the best team in the nation right now.
Yeah, they beat them 30 to 15 last time.
I think everybody picked Notre Dame, right?
Over the Indiana game?
For the Indiana game, yeah.
Everybody took Notre Dame. I just wanted to hit him. Notre Dame has played who?
I'm gonna get a Notre Dame hat on just to mess with Smokey here. Just saying.
That's all. My question for you guys is: what about how Georgia's been playing recently? Does that scare you at all?
Not at all.
Okay.
I mean,
no.
It does scare me about how they've been played recently, because what's going to happen? Look at how they've played recently and look who they've beat. Now, what's going to happen when they wake up? What are they going to do to teams? That's what scares me about how they've played recently. And in this game, I'm taking Georgia over Notre Dame. I don't care how they've looked recently. I don't care if their starting quarterback's out. I don't care if their running back is out. I don't care who's out for them. I'm taking Georgia because Kirby Smart is a better head coach than Marcus Freeman, and Kirby Smart's going to find a way to get the job done. He's just going to – it doesn't matter what it takes, what it costs him. He's going to find a way to get the job done, and he's going to win this football game.
Yeah, I got to go with – I'm with Link on this one. I mean, as much as I would love – I mean, my bracket's got Notre Dame penciled in, because that's the bracket I want to see. I want to see Notre Dame take this thing all the way.
But the realistic bracket.
But the realistic bracket, yes, is historically, if you've looked at what Notre Dame has done against SEC teams in the past, they have failed, unfortunately. Now – where I will counter myself is against the Carolina Notre Dame game last year at the Gator Bowl. South Carolina was actually ahead until Notre Dame kicked in their running game, which is I knew that was going to happen at the half, and I said South Carolina is going to lose this game because Notre Dame they just weren't going to stop the run. The defense wasn't there, but we know Carson Beck's going to throw some interceptions. It happens every game, and they still find a way to win. Frazier's a phenomenal running back. And not only that, but they also have Smith as one of their top receivers. They are going to find a win. I agree with Link. Kirby Smart is going to find a way to win, and he tends to do it even when they look like absolute dog crap. They come back and figure it out.
Kirby Smart is the new Nick Saban.
He is, and he is a Nick Saban
disciple
coach. He came from there, so he. I'm never going to call him St. Kirby though.
I just don't know if it's their year because they struggled so bad against Georgia Tech. The Ole Miss loss. The offense was a no-show. They did beat Texas, which is legit.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, they lost to Bama early in the season, which looks a little bit worse now. But they just didn't look like the super dominant Georgia team, but they may not need to be to win this year. I don't know. There's just something that scared me. I think Notre Dame could muck it up and win it on the ground, but Matt's probably right.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it may be a lot closer than we think, but I mean, Carson Beck is no Bennett Stetson. Okay. But this is where Georgia fans and anybody pulling for the SEC has to go. Kirby Smart's going to win the game. He's going to.
I'd rather pull it for someone other than Georgia, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
all right, Bill.
Yeah,
All
me
right,
too.
Bill.
Me too.
All right, Bill. Everybody convinced me. I'll go Georgia.
Okay.
No.
No, go.
You
Take
already
Notre
went
Dame.
Notre Dame.
You already went Notre Dame. I already marked you down.
Fine. I'll make y'all feel good.
I already marked you down.
I still think they could win it. It's going to be a tough one. I'm going to be shocked if Georgia blows them out. I think Notre Dame's too good for that. But all right. I'll stick Notre Dame.
There you go.
Don't let us fans here. They want to
dispute you.
Yeah.
Besmirch your pick. Have the bollocks to keep your pick, sir. What you got next?
Keep your pick, sir.
Bill.
I'm eating cheese on cheesy bear, man. You gotta love it.
Oh, that's love.
So now the semis, huh?
Yep, we're going semis.
So if it is Boise State versus Georgia, who wins that one?
So I've got Boise State and Notre Dame. I'm gonna keep on this Notre Dame train. They're going to beat Boise State. They can beat Georgia. They can beat Boise State. They better freaking be able to do that. As fast as Boise State is, if Notre Dame's D is good enough and that run game is good enough to carry him against Georgia, and I'm right, and Med and Murph are very happy people, and Reg, because they'll be very happy. If Notre Dame's good enough to beat Georgia, they're good enough to beat Boise State. Give me Notre Dame.
Okay.
And that one convincing them.
As much as I'd love to see what Izac just said happen, I'm
I'm
sorry.
just making Murph. He's like,
Yeah.
Jeremiah Love is just not as fast as Boise State's running back. I'm sorry. That guy's. I'm sorry.
He's lightning, dude.
Yeah, that's gonna be Boise State's bread and butter, man. I
love this. I love this. This guy's like, what? No. He must be loving it, though.
As much as I'd love to see that, if it came down to a Boise State UGA, I'm gonna keep it in the Southeast.
Hell of a game.
I'm gonna keep it in the Southeast. I'll keep it with UGA. Buddy of mine in Athens right now would be like doing cheater flips. He's like, my boy's rooting for Georgia for once.
Bill, what you think?
Yeah, go.
Bill.
Oh, me. I'm sorry. I'm sticking with Georgia. I'm rolling with Georgia. They've been good to me in the past, and I think they have it down pat. Boise State would give them a whirl. Notre Dame would give them a whirl, but in the long run, I think Georgia takes that.
Link, what you think?
Genie's a dog, but he's not going to be able to carry his team against Georgia. I think Georgia could be the team that keeps them under 100 yards. That D line that they got and those guys they have in that front seven, just going to be too much. He's not going to be able to carry his team to a win there. And even if he has success, and he runs for 4 touchdowns, that's great. The defense is not stopping Georgia's offense. Georgia will come right back at him with the same exact stuff, and it'll go score for score. And going score for score is going to favor Georgia in the end. I just don't see a way Boise State pulls this one. I don't think they're going to get blown out. I think going into it, everybody's going to think they're going to get blown out. I think they'll keep it close, but I think Georgia will pull away and ended up winning it.
Hey, Link, I didn't look, but did Georgia have any players opt out to go to the draft this season for the bowl?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, then I would definitely say go UGA
So are they all in, Link?
They should be.
Don't be like the Cowboys. Just don't. This all-in season has not worked for them. And I'm really happy Reg isn't here, only because I love him, but he'd be ticked. He's talking about the Cowboys. He's getting ready to talk about how bad they were last night. So hopefully,
we already know his picks, though. He has Irish across the board.
You block a punt. How did the Cowboys lose last night? Oh, they blocked a punt.
Yeah, that worked out well for them.
A punt.
So Jeremy is becoming the biggest Austin Gentry fan right here, but I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care if it's Gunnar Stockton. I don't care if it's Carson Beck. I actually think that the Georgia offense will run better out the gate with Gunnar Stockton because Carson Beck always starts slow. And that defense, this is literally going to be that one year where Barry Sanders took Detroit to the NFC Championship game and got slapped by Dallas's defense, and they lost 40%. This is going to be that type of game. I'm going to go ahead and just put my balls out there. This is going to be a blowout. This is going to be a blowout.
Okay. This is a kid-friendly show.
31-10.
Please don't do it. I love you, but I don't want to see them.
Drum set.
Don't you drum set,
studio.
Love Step Brothers. My wife would just be in love right now. We've talked about that movie so many times. So many times.
It's so awesome.
Drum set.
Just a playoff wine mixer.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, did I mess it up?
I can't wait.
I remember he went to the NFC Championship game and got served. They were like the number 1 seed or 2 seed or something. Oh, you were? Sweet.
I was at that game. Cool.
All right. Well, anyone else have to talk about Georgia whooping up on Boise State? All right, let's go
I think
north.
everybody went. So we would now have, I would have Oregon and Texas.
Mhm.
Because I want to pick Texas. I can't see it. Oregon should roll that. I like Texas's defense, but I just don't think they can keep up with Oregon. I really don't. I think this is where Texas falls short. They'll win the first 2 games. They're going to lose this one. I think Oregon's too much for them offensively, and I think they're going to want to look better on defense after their last game. So I'll go Oregon and to make it into the championship here quickly. Y'all can take your time. I'll get my pick quick. Who wants to go next? I really like whoever wants to go. Ned, you raised your hand. Good student.
Texas.
What you got?
This is the game that Arch Manning's legacy starts. Ewers gets knocked out early. Arch Manning comes in and he just starts railing away. And I think Texas is going to actually take this. I don't care what Smoking Jeremy is saying. He is smoking something right now because it is definitely going to be Texas taking out Oregon. I like Dylan Gabriel. I think he can really step it up, but no, I think Texas is going to do this. The talent level is right there. It's going to be a really close game, but I think Texas pulls it out.
Yeah, see, I'm taking Oregon in this one. For me, it doesn't matter who's the quarterback for Texas. Ewers, he hadn't looked great the last few weeks. Arch Manning was not impressed in what he did against Louisiana Monroe and Mississippi State, who was the worst team in the SEC this year. Just not impressed, really, with what I saw from him in terms of being able to go into a college football playoff semifinal game and knock off the number 1 team. Now, I think Texas has a chance because one thing that has been mentioned the whole show, Oregon's defense is not elite. It's just been good enough to pair with that offense and win them football games, but it is not an elite defense. I would say probably top 30, but it's not top 10, top 15 like a lot of these other teams are. Texas, great offense, great defense, but I think at the end of the day, Texas, they don't make winning plays, and we've seen it. We've seen it both years under Sarkisian that they've been in these kind of situations. They just in these playoff games, they just have not made the big winning plays. They couldn't do it against Georgia. They got blown out by Georgia the last time. Last year against Washington, they couldn't do it. Just not a fan of Sarkisian. I don't think he's necessarily got it in him. At least right now, coach. I trust Dan Lanning more. I trust Dylan Gabriel more. I think Oregon makes it to the national championship. And wouldn't that be a fun matchup? Lanning versus Kirby Smart, 2 guys that used to work together.
I just want to say thank you to all 233 people for watching this quality podcast of me eating cheese. I love it.
Bill, what you got?
I got Oregon too. I think Oregon's offense is going to be too much. Yeah, defense might be a little susceptible, but I just think regardless if they play Texas or Arizona State, Oregon's just going to outscore them. And I have them going to the championship against Georgia. So,
did everybody go? I wasn't here.
Murph,
I did not go.
I got you, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate that, brother.
Man.
Well, listen,
I was not here this time in my defense.
Well, if you remember, I was the odd guy out, and I actually picked Ohio over Oregon.
mhm.
So looking at this one, be it Ohio over Arizona, I'm gonna stay with Ohio.
Okay.
If it comes down to the Ohio State Arizona. Now back to what you guys, if the bracket does in fact turn out to be exactly what y'all are saying, then I would go with Oregon. I think Oregon is going to be the more dominant team against Texas. I think Texas comes in. They are a good football program, but I think they're coming in cocky, and they think they're going to win because they want that rematch against UGA. And sorry, but UGA will spank them a third time if it happens. So, but sticking with my pick, I'm going to go with Ohio over Arizona State. And if it does happen in y'all's bracket, I'm staying with Oregon. I'm going to go with Oregon.
All right. So,
You shut it.
Wow.
I didn't change my pick. I just gave you 2 based on the what we got going here.
I like it. So because I want to hit a few other games other than just the playoff, this is our national championship game picks. I've got Oregon and I've got Notre Dame. And just for Reg, I'm going to go and pick Oregon to win it. Short there. Sorry, guys. Notre Dame's not winning the title this year. If they make it as far as I just said, that'd be amazing. But no, Oregon's a bad matchup for them. They've got too much firepower on offense, and I think this defense is going to show you something during this playoff. I think Oregon's going to win the title. I think it's their year, so I'm going to pick Oregon.
Okay.
Bill, what you got?
I have Georgia and Oregon for the national championship. And I'm going to actually take Georgia to win 43-37.
Ooh, I like it. With points, too.
Yep.
Nice, dude. And then we got to talk some Michigan. We'll talk some UNT and some other teams. Link,
what about
what's
Med?
your national championship? Or Med?
Yep.
Sorry, Med. What's yours?
So at this point, I got Texas and Georgia playing each other for the 3rd time. And you know what? I'm going to actually say that Texas shocks the world. I think that they're going to take this one. 3rd time's a charm. I can't believe I'm saying it because I just said that Georgia is the best team, but I think something's going to happen if, like Murph said, if you want a game hard enough, this is the type of game you want. Give me Texas. Low scoring affair, 20-17.
This is exactly what will happen if the Packers play the Lions. It's so hard to beat a team 3 times. I agree.
True. Yep.
What you got?
I got Oregon, Georgia in my national championship game, and I'm picking Georgia. They're just Kirby Smart's the best head coach in college football. Right?
Agreed.
To get it done, he's going to find a way to light fire under his team, and he's going to get it done. I just trust him more than I trust Dylan Gabriel and Dan Lanning. Not only that, I know Carson Beck is probably going to make a mistake. He usually does. But I trust this Georgia team to overcome it. I think Dylan Gabriel will make a mistake in this game as well. And I trust Georgia to overcome those mistakes more than Oregon to. This is the worst Georgia team we've seen in the last, 3-4 years. But it doesn't matter. Kirby Smart's just going to find a way to do it. He just will.
Like the comment. Also, I'm just going to remind Lions fans, you've never won a Super Bowl. Ever. Ever.
Amen.
Never won a Super Bowl. So cocky, and you've never won anything.
They're going to lose.
So I'll go real quick. Obviously, with my picks, I got Ohio versus Georgia. Gonna go with Georgia.
That's an interesting one.
Okay.
Yeah. With my picks, I got Ohio. Yeah. So with my picks, I don't think Ohio has. Again, like Link said, they're gonna figure out how to win. Kirby Smart knows how to play this game against Georgia. Yes, Coach Day has to win a game. In other words, he could very well be out, or we could see some mix-ups up in Ohio. But I think when it comes down to it, UGA is going to find a way to win, hands down. Most of us have already said it, so I'd go with that. If those picks happen the way y'all are calling, going with Oregon on that one. But for my pick, Ohio, UGA takes the whole thing again.
Ancient history,
like
really.
All right, it's gonna be fun.
Hey, Jeremy, all we got to do is go back.
Consistent history. Consistent. This has been fun. Okay, so I'd like to hit a few other ones. We actually, for Bill's thing, we have to pick all of them. And Bill, tomorrow,
Yes.
got a 3-hour test, so I'll have time to research a lot of the ones I have not looked at yet because I was paying attention to this. But
real quick, fellas, I got to head out, but I appreciate you being on.
Thank you.
Link, good to meet you, dude.
You too, man. Good to meet you. Ned, Isaac, I'll catch up with y'all. I'll catch up with y'all tomorrow.
All right, dude.
See y'all.
Kisses.
we should end every show with kisses. It'd be not awkward every time.
Not at all.
Every time.
That's what I go for.
Okay,
I
so
prefer warm
for
hugs.
Bill, I want to hit UNT, but I'd like to first hit the Michigan game just because that's fun. And Med, I know you did some research on this one. What was your take on this?
Damn straight I did. In fact, I'm looking at what Smokey Jeremy is a Michigan fan, and he says Alabama wins by 18.
Wow.
That's very confident for my team, bro, and I do appreciate that. This is going to be a revenge game for us from last year's playoff debacle that happened at the very end. So I think this is one of those things where Alabama's going to want to prove that they should have went into the playoffs. And, you know, I'm not necessarily saying they should have. I mean, they lost 3 games. So I think, in all honesty, I'll tell you like it is. I think that the people that selected this playoff committee and everything did a great job. I will say that. The teams that got in it deserve it. Other than that, we will say that I think Alabama's going to take this one. 18 is a pretty big number, but I could see 10 being a little more reasonable. And the main reason why is, yes, Jim Harbaugh is not there anymore, but at the same time, neither is Nick Saban. And, you know, that offense is just not consistent enough, but Milroe has always pretty much been the best player on the field as far as talent goes. And that's going to be the same thing in this game too. Give me Alabama.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah.
Bama?
I think Med hit it. Med hit it, man.
No, I'm pulling up some things here, looking at you got Alabama and, of course, Michigan. Now, you got to look at Michigan, make a Big Ten, but Alabama, like Med said, I am leaning towards them, but I think Michigan will give them a little bit of a whirl too, though. But rushing, it'll come down to can the Wolverines pound it against that defense of, you know, Bama? So we'll see. But I'm thinking, though, I'm probably going to lean more towards Alabama on this one. I think it'll be a tight game, but I think in the end, Bama pulls that one.
Yeah, agree. I mean, you got Michigan coming in at 7-5 overall, and what's their quarterback, Warren? I think he's kind of been all over he hasn't been. He looked great against Ohio, even though they had a really, really low passing game. Overall, they didn't put up the numbers that most people thought they would have, especially winning. But overall, he hasn't looked bad. I think Jalen Milroe, especially with him having Ryan Williams, as it's just a weapon that's there. I mean, as I am not an Alabama fan, I will pull for Bama just because my boy Med there. But I do like Ryan Williams. I just wonder if how you say your new coach's name, Med? I screw it up every time.
DeBoer.
Yeah. Does he have the experience to take on a team like Michigan? Even though they've got what's his name, Moore, but that's what it's going to come down to is who can outcoach. But Jalen Milroe, I think he'll lead Alabama there.
I mean, Moore is 2-0 against Ohio State, so I mean. And you did ride the Ryan Day train all the way up to the national championship. So, I mean, it happens.
Yeah, but I'll still stay true to the SEC, buddy.
Yeah.
I'll make this simple. I would love for my home team, you know, I'm from Michigan. I'd love for them to win this. I think they actually have a chance.
Yeah.
But Harbaugh leaving is just like a gaping hole. And this team tried. I mean, they fought. But there was a massive drop-off. That was a really bad reference. All right, anyway, let's just go ahead and go with Alabama winning. That was bad. I just said just like it's a void left. That doesn't work either.
Wow.
It's not the same after he left.
There you go.
No, let's go with that. That was bad.
Don't worry. Crimson Tide will fill the void.
There you go.
That was a bad one.
Wow. Oh, man.
All right, we digress. We digress quickly.
I had this happen earlier too, but it was like I said something to the kiddo, and it wasn't like that actually. It was something about an owl.
I hope not.
And I said it the wrong. Like I'm just having a day, man. I'm still feeling better. You can tell. I've said some weird stuff the last week. Okay, so you know what? How about this? Bama wins. There you go.
There you go.
There we go. That didn't sound dirty.
The kids are going to be like. They're going to learn all these new words from the coworkers.
Wow.
They'll go up to you and be like, "Hey, Mr. Valtente, what is this?"
Yeah, and that's when I say maybe don't watch.
And now you know why I coach high school players.
There you go.
I do 8th grade, so it's like right there, almost to high school. So bad. Bill's just like, wow. Isaac just said that. Okay, so yeah, Bama wins that one. For Bill, let's do the First Responders Bowl. UNT and what? Texas State.
And
Oh, man.
I know. I'm hoping Med did too, but I know that Bill brought it for this because this is his team.
And shout out
Which is
Coach
awesome. This one, dude.
Murph, who is
I
a
am-
responder.
Yes. Oh, really? He's a first responder?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
His government job.
Oh, okay. No, I'm looking forward to this. UNT going back to a bowl game. I watched them. I was a season ticket holder. I've seen all the home games all year. They have a pretty decent offense. They can move the ball running, but what concerns me is we can't stop anyone on defense. We can make a couple plays, but Army, when we played, they just ran. I mean, they ran the ball 90% of the time, and we couldn't stop them. I mean, they just pounded. And that's what I'm worried about going up against Texas State. As much as I would love to pick my Eagles, I just can't see it. I think Texas State takes it in this one. But I'm going to hope I'm wrong, but I got to go with my head, too. So.
Y'all had a bad stretch too. You guys lost 5 in a row after starting 5-1.
Yeah.
45.
We just squeaked.
That's not too bad, actually. Army, the defense actually held up. 48 to UTSA and 40 points in a loss to East Carolina. That's not a good look for that defense.
Our defense is very, very susceptible, and that's the thing that concerns me. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Texas State. I don't know much about them, but
I know that they are in the Sun Belt Conference. You don't really get to see too much Texas State over in this side of the continent, but
yeah,
I do know that they actually have a pretty decent offense. And like you said, I know that the Mean Green ain't really good at stopping anybody right now. So I think I'm going to slide towards Texas State right now, and you know, I hope y'all put it up on them, but you know, for your sake. But, Texas State's got this.
Yeah, I hope so too. I mean, at least we're getting to go to a bowl game, and I get to see my son perform in the band at halftime, so that'll be cool. So, yeah.
Nice.
That's pretty sweet, dude.
Played a
You're gonna
piccolo?
remember that forever.
What's that?
You played a piccolo?
Yeah, he plays the alto sax. I play the radio.
There you go.
You're funny. That's on one, man. He's like,
It was a long day.
oh, you're like, I am taking shots at everybody.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not. You're not. You're gonna never hear the end of it. This is tough, man, because I want to pick UNT and I think they can win this, but I just don't know about that D, dude. It's a problem. But you know what? For you, just for fun, heck, why not? Let's go Texas State.
Yeah, you went with Notre Dame all the way to the championship. Why not Texas?
Give me UNT.
You're gonna take. All right.
I was just messing with you. I just had to do it just for fun. Just for fun. I mean, just for fun. Let's go Texas State. No. I'll pick UNT. I think they actually can win this.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Murph, any thoughts?
Hey, I had to do the research on this one. I mean, so looking at the numbers,
I like y'all's quarterback. Looking at the numbers.
Yeah, looking at the numbers look good. He definitely, I mean, the UNT quarterback has more yards.
Yep.
I mean, it looks like. And so I'm just gonna go, hey Bill, who am I picking?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Bill, you can put me down for this one. I mean, this is a game I just don't know a lot about. I didn't read, I had to read about it because, like Med said, we don't get a lot of this over here. But I mean, both teams, I mean, they look pretty good across the board for their conferences. I mean, and I want to say, you're a Texas State fan or UNT fan?
I'm UNT, and I'm leaning UNT. I think offensively we can keep up. It's just we get leads in the games all year. 20, we go up 14, go up 21, and then we lose it in the second half. It's like we go dormant. It's just crazy.
So you're really like the college version of the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
I see here
Exactly.
y'all took Temple at 24-17, and
Yeah.
then you played ECU and then
Yep.
UTSA. It looks like, I mean, y'all held Army, which was one of the top.
Ye-
At
Yes.
one point, they were on the
Yeah.
rise. I mean,
Yeah.
held them to 14 points. I mean,
Yes.
and then you go and put 37 up on Tulane. Yeah, give me your team. I'll take
All
it.
right. Cool.
Can we do that? I don't know how many we're going to have time to get through. We're at an hour and a half. I was hoping to do 2 hours max, but Jackson State, South Carolina State. You guys have thoughts on that one?
Jackson State.
I was leaning Jackson State.
Here's the
read up
problem: is
on
I
that.
haven't gotten to do my research on like who's playing or not, like I did last year, and I'm going to dive deep into it tomorrow. Today
Okay.
was not the day I was busy.
Hey, just so if we don't cover them all, I have until the 13th to get them in. So if you guys want to text me all of them or whatever you want, that way I'll have a hard copy too, and then I'll put them in and I'll
If you guys
that
want
way.
to Zoom, we can Zoom through a bunch right now. Give me Jackson State.
Okay. Med Jackson State.
Jackson State featuring our boy Irv Mulligan from Beaufort, South Carolina.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
I'll
South
take it.
Alabama. Sorry, Murph. Sorry, go ahead.
I'll take Jackson State too.
Okay.
I got to stop doing Team Earth. I apologize. You go first on this one. South Alabama versus Western Michigan.
South Alabama.
Yeah, what Med said.
Yep. South Alabama. Isaac.
Give me Western Michigan.
Want Western Michigan? Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, Memphis, West Virginia.
West Virginia.
I'm going in order that they're played, just so I don't
Med-
miss any.
Med wants West Virginia.
Yep.
I went Memphis.
I'm gonna go Memphis.
It's only 1.5 spread. It's very close.
Yeah,
Yeah, West Virginia's kind of been slacking this year.
Yeah.
Give me Memphis.
Okay.
like it. I like that 255 people are watching educated guessing. This is great, guys. Good job.
Well, some
Actually,
things I actually do know.
Yeah.
This is like, I'm totally giving you this based on so many facts you don't even
these
know.
are yeah.
Hold on.
James
Hey.
Madison. What?
See, I do have hot sheets.
There you go.
Well, I'm going to print them tomorrow in the morning, and then during this 3-hour test, I'm going to read a ton, and I'll probably call Bill and change like 13 of these picks. Watch.
There you go.
Seriously. All right, watch. James Madison versus Western Kentucky.
You ready for this? I'm
Western
not even
Kentucky.
looking at ESPN. Oh, you going west? You going to Red Tops? Look at you.
Yeah, Western Kentucky on
top
that
it.
one.
Yeah,
Kentucky? Okay.
I like
Yeah.
that. I like
Bill,
that.
or Med, who are you going?
I'm
Yeah.
going to go with the Dukes of James Madison.
Okay.
Yeah, give me James Madison too on that one.
And I'm also going Madison as well.
UNLV versus Cal. The LA Bowl. That's a great name for it.
Yes.
I'm going to go Cal on that one.
Are you? Okay.
Yep.
I'm taking UNLV.
UNLV. I got to agree with Bill. Cows look like, I mean, come on.
Yep.
Come on.
Yeah.
Dude, am I look stupid on this one?
I
Med?
want to. Now, I do know that the coach for UNLV is going to Purdue, but I think this is going to be a good song for him. UNLV.
Sam Houston versus Georgia Southern.
Yep.
So
Who is it?
Go ahead,
Who was
Med.
that
Go
again?
ahead, Med.
I lost my
Georgia
page.
Sam
Southern.
Houston versus Georgia Southern.
Georgia Southern is an hour and a half from where me and Murph live. Give me Georgia Southern.
Okay.
Wow, you rolled the dice on that one, didn't you?
I'm going Sam Houston. I don't know why, but I'm taking Sam Houston.
And
'Cause they're
Sam
in
Houston
Texas.
has good offense.
Yeah.
Murph, what was yours?
No. You know, honestly, I don't know. You know what? It's an hour and a half. Let me be like, let's just go with Georgia Southern.
Georgia Southern.
If my
Why
kid
not?
goes there, I get in-state tuition. How about that? That's what I was.
There you
There you go.
Georgia Southern, just because why not?
All right. Isaac.
Ohio versus Jacksonville State. I'm just going to pick Jacksonville State because we made fun of Ohio earlier. Why not? Jacksonville State. Let's do it.
This is actually going to be a good game.
Yeah, it is. Ohio's only favored by 2.
Yeah, give me Jacksonville State. That'll be fun.
Okay.
The real Gamecocks.
The real,
Shut
yeah.
up.
Okay.
You shut up.
Shut up.
But I am going to take Jacksonville State just because they do carry the name Gamecocks.
Okay.
Great
Mad
news.
Woods.
Give me the Ohio Bobcats, please.
Okay.
Bill, you
I
loving
was-
this, right?
Huh?
Loving this, right? These
I love
educated
it.
guesses.
I love this. I'm going with Matt on that, Ohio.
Okay, next one. Florida, Tulane.
Yep.
Give me Florida.
Florida's minus 12, yeah.
Yeah, give me Florida.
I'm going to take
gonna
Florida.
take Florida. I'm taking Florida. You can't. I'm sorry. You can't. You turn around and sleep on DJ Lagway, and he's gonna bite
I
you.
was going to say, is Lagway healthy?
Segway.
Yeah, he's back. Last I saw, he was at least. If not, they'll just put rubber bands in his pants again.
I'm going to go with Tulane.
Okay.
I knew it.
Okay.
I know Med well enough now. I was like, he's going to switch this up. Okay.
No, I do like Lagway. Don't get me wrong. That dude's going to be something.
Mhm.
But no, I just think Tulane is a complete
Okay.
team.
Unfortunately, I think Florida's issue is Napier, not the team.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Mhm.
We're doing good. We actually make it through all these.
Yeah, we might.
Coastal Carolina versus UTSA.
Coastal
Give me some
Carolina.
facts on that one. That's what I missed in my research.
Look at you taking Coach Terry's son's school.
Absolutely. I'm going to take Coastal Carolina on that one, man.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, Channeliers, bro.
Yeah.
Years? Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
But no, I'm going with
That's-
the Runners of the University
Yeah.
of Texas, San Antonio.
Same. I'm running with the runners. Isaac, what do you think?
Yeah, I'll go with you guys on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, hey, listen, their quarterback's got 2,100 and he's got over 2,100 yards, man. He's
Yeah.
14 TDs.
He's got that.
He's pretty decent.
He is pretty decent. So
The other one on December 23rd, Northern Illinois versus Fresno State.
Huskies.
I did so much research on this one. What do you guys think?
So much research.
Give me the Bulldogs, Fresno State.
Fresno.
Really?
Yeah.
Isaac?
Yeah, I was thinking Northern Illinois. No, I'll go Fresno State with you guys on that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Put me
Okay,
down
the
for Fresno.
only
Y'all know something I don't. Go Fresno.
the Hawaii Bowl. That was
Peer
funny.
pressure.
The only Christmas Eve game, South Florida versus San Jose State. Sorry, I keep flipping to another screen so I can't see you. So South Florida versus San Jose State.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
San Jose State.
Okay. I'm going to go South Florida.
Okay.
So I'm going to go San Jose.
That'd be really nice.
I'm gonna go with Bill on this one. I'll go South Florida.
There we go.
Okay, December 26th, the Game Above Sports
Yep.
Bowl. That's a great name. Pitt versus Toledo. And just because I like the name, Toledo.
Toledo.
Let's do it.
Yeah, got to give that one to Toledo.
Okay.
Pitt's been,
Sus.
yeah, it's a good word for it.
The less
I was
research
get-
I've done, the better this year on picks. So this is going to be
Yeah,
wonderful.
yeah.
I'm excited.
I was gonna use another S word for Pitt this year, but
Every time I pick Toledo, though, I lose. So I'm going to take Pittsburgh because I can't pick Toledo for some reason. So I don't know why, but I'm taking Pittsburgh.
I'm going to go with Pitt as well.
Okay.
All right, next one.
Yep.
We got Rutgers versus
Rutgers.
Kansas State. Rutgers.
Yep. Kansas State is 7.5 point favorite.
I'll go Rutgers.
but Rutgers they've been
Mhm.
kind of impressive this season.
Yeah.
They've been very surprising. Kansas
I
State.
was leaning Rutgers straight up too.
You're all good on that one?
I haven't picked yet.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Man, I was like, man, you didn't go, right?
No.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna go Rutgers.
Rutgers. Okay, next one. This is that one I was telling you about, man. The 68 Ventures Bowl. It's a really great
Yes.
name with a really great number. You got to love it. Arkansas State versus Bowling Green.
Give me Bowling Green.
That's where I was leaning. I'm going to go Bowling
Same.
Green, too.
Bowling Green. Yep.
Yeah.
Love these picks, guys. Super educated stuff. Navy versus Oklahoma. Ooh, that's an
Boomer
interesting.
Sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go Sooner, too. Oklahoma.
Although Navy's impressive, but yeah.
Yeah. That one's tough. I'm gonna go. Yep. Let's go Oklahoma.
Georgia Tech versus Vanderbilt in the Birmingham Bowl. What do you guys think?
This is actually a game I kind of want to see.
That's a good one.
Good game.
Yeah, this is a game I wanted to get. Murph, we're going to probably hang out for this one because I just,
Yeah.
these are two teams that have struggled forever, and I'm just happy to see them go against each other.
Mhm.
We can hang out that day, but you might have to come to the Savannah airport with me. I think that's the day we're flying out.
Oh,
But I will definitely let you know. I can't remember if we're leaving the 27th, 28th.
It's the 27th.
27th. Okay.
Yeah.
no,
Listen,
he's coming up to New York City for New Year's.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, be up there for a week.
Nice. That'll be nice.
That sounds fun.
I want to go with Georgia Tech.
Yeah. I was leaning Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I actually did a hot sheet on this one. This is one of the games that I actually did some looking at, and I got to go with Georgia Tech. I mean, to take
Defense.
Georgia, take Georgia to 8 OTs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
They're hanging.
Oh,
Murph,
yeah.
you've been killing it tonight. I dropped the ball, forgot so many times, but you've done amazing, dude. Good picks. I like that you had a hot sheet, too. This is my hot sheet. You had an actual hot sheet. I had one last year, and then we didn't win, so I was like, I'm going to do less, and then we'll get more right. That's always how I do.
You think this is bad? You should see my desk at work, okay?
You don't want to see my desk at work. That's how I do it for the NFL picks every week. And then every once in a while, because I get mad because it doesn't matter, I do less research, and then I get like 14 right, and we still lose.
Yeah.
So it's stupid. Stupid. Okay.
You should have
that
him
was,
in coaching.
What do you want, Isaac?
everybody picked there, right? Oh, I didn't pick. I'll go. Damn. I'm going to go Georgia Tech.
Smart move.
Yeah. Okay, this one's fun. Arkansas, Texas Tech. Liberty Bowl.
It's in Memphis,
Good one
Tennessee.
too, actually.
It's in, yeah.
Damn. Give me some facts on that one. What you got? Murph or Bill? I know all three of you got
Hold
some
on.
stuff.
Yeah, I got some stuff on that.
Well, I got stuff. It's just that I'm wanting to see what everyone else does.
Sorry.
I mean,
My computer went to sleep here. One
Stop
second.
asking me who the quarterback of that team was, man, because I would not have known.
Are you talking about Taj Brooks?
Oh, sorry, or the receiver. Yeah. I was like, you turd.
yeah, that's. I mean, Taj Brooks is. I mean, that's a good. He's a good back, man. I mean,
Yeah.
and then you got Josh Kelly. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he's a pretty decent wide. I mean, he's good wide receiver. I mean,
Well, Texas Tech's always had a good offense.
Yeah.
well, that's.
it's
Yeah,
their
I mean,
defense that's been
Funny story. The
and
I actually
Morton
know he
looks
went there.
good.
the high school I went to that I worked at when I was in Arizona, Christian Kirk played there, and then he went to, Texas Tech, of course.
You know,
I'm gonna actually go with Arkansas. I'll go and pop the bubble.
You're going to go Arkansas? Okay.
What you doing?
I was leaning
I
Texas
don't-
Tech.
I'm gonna go. Texas
give me the
Tech.
Raiders. Give me
Okay.
the Raiders
Yeah,
on this
well,
one.
By myself.
You know you
Yeah,
got to
give me
take
the
one
Raiders.
too. Yep.
I would
Oh,
like
wait,
to
wait,
say
you were Texas
Arkansas.
Tech.
They've just
You were
been.
Texas Tech. Never mind.
What?
I'd like to say Arkansas, but they've just been inconsistent. So yeah, I'm gonna go Texas.
So Med is the only one who went Arkansas. Everybody else went Texas Tech. Okay, next one. Syracuse versus Washington State. I'm gonna go ahead and just take Syracuse on this one.
I was leaning, Syracuse.
I mean, they were
I went-
Syracuse.
I went underdog in the last two, so I had to go one ranked team.
Syracuse honestly hasn't disappointed this year. They've
Mhm.
they've kind of been above their normal, to be quite honest with you.
I think they'll close it out with a bowl.
I'm going with Syracuse because they got the leading passer in the nation right now, and even though Washington State actually was doing really well, they lost the last 3 games. That I do know.
Yeah.
Without that stuff.
Yeah.
I'll go with them.
Okay.
Syracuse has been pretty consistent too. I mean,
Yeah.
Their early win again over Miami, and then they beat Georgia Tech. So, or I'm sorry, that went the other way. Looking at their rankings, but they've had some good wins.
I was going to say, what was their record?
9-3.
Yeah, 9-3. Yeah.
Yeah. And averaging about 33 points a game. So they're,
Their offense is good. Defense.
Everybody go?
Yeah.
Yep.
USC, Texas A&M, Las Vegas Bowl.
Texas A&M.
That's what I was thinking too. Texas A&M.
Really? You went, okay.
You go on USC?
I was leaning USC. Yeah.
Do it, man. You won this 2 years ago. Don't let us talk you out of it.
Yeah, don't let us sway you.
It's
No.
not a damn thing. Just
Yep.
be consistent. Like, I'm gonna pick the Packers this week to beat Seattle. You can write that down too if you want. I'm not kidding. Actually, I think they're gonna win that one.
Yeah, they should, hopefully. Well, they need to.
After almost beating the Lions in Detroit, Jesus, better beat Seattle. That's a step down. They played better recently, though. Actually, what y'all think on this one?
Texas A&M.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm the only USC. Okay, that's fine. I'll take. Yeah.
It's gotta happen.
Yep.
Murphy, got any more on that?
I mean, they're 5-3 in conference, and they're actually right behind South Carolina in the SEC. I mean, Mike Elko. I mean, he's a good coach. He really is. I mean, he did great at Notre Dame and Wake Forest. I mean, I think Lincoln Riley.
Hey, Murph, I got a fast question for you. We did something fun last year. Do you do a lot of? So you watch a lot of college. Do you follow the NFL draft and all that stuff?
I will be this year.
Me and Bill and Med did a lot of draft coverage last year, a lot of mocks. We should do some. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Your show will be up and
We'll talk about that later. Let's go ahead and finish this.
Yeah. Okay. Just before I forget, you're right.
Yeah.
You're doing pretty good. All right, let's keep going.
Thanks, man. Keep them focused.
There you go.
December 28th. Yeah, you kept me focused. There you go, Med. Fenway Bowl, UConn versus North Carolina.
North Carolina, Mac Brown goes out as a winner.
Okay.
I'll go North Carolina too.
All right. I'm sticking with UConn.
Same basketball now.
Yep. I know. It's true. But there's always some upsets in these games. Always.
I do like UConn, though. UConn's a nice team.
Mm-hmm.
Murph?
I'm gonna go with. I'm reluctantly gonna say North Carolina. I think Mac, and I say that because I think Mac Brown leaving is gonna be a slight shadow over top of this team until they say Belichick actually accepts.
It's gonna be interesting if that actually happens.
If it happens.
Yeah.
I can't believe he's thinking about going to college after being that close to the wins record. It's like, what? Anyways, all right. Boston Pinstripe Bowl, Boston College versus Nebraska. Bill, what you got now?
I'm sticking Nebraska, Big Ten. I'm gonna go with them.
Okay. Murph, what you got?
I think I'm with Bill on this one. I haven't really paid attention to Boston College or Nebraska. I mean,
Boston College.
I'm gonna stick with
Jeff Halfley. That's a big loss.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Nebraska. I'm gonna keep my pick with the Huskies there. I think I picked them on the other one earlier. So,
Matt, what you got?
I'm going to go with the Huskers as well.
Yeah.
All right, let's make it a universal sweep.
All right.
Anonymous. All right. TCU, Louisiana. I can't talk today. TCU, Louisiana, and the New Mexico Bowl. I'm going to go ahead and go TCU on that one.
TCU, yeah.
Home team. Why not?
Yep.
same. TCU. TCU is always TCU always is a good ball game to watch.
Yeah.
Matt?
TCU.
Okay.
Ooh, another anonymous one. Not anonymous, the other word. Okay. Ooh.
Unanimous.
This one's gonna be fun.
Unanimous.
Yeah, I was
Unanimous.
saying the wrong
Anonymous.
thing. Oh man, my brain is so tired. It's
My
been a long week.
incognito picks.
That was fun. All right, the Pop Tarts Bowl on Saturday,
Miami.
December 28th. Miami versus Iowa State.
Yep.
That's gonna be a good one.
Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah. Miami.
Yes, Miami all day long. I think Cam Ward is definitely going to
Yeah.
put up some good numbers. He's still looking for that pick.
I want to be different than y'all, but not on this one. Not on this one. Miami. Arizona Bowl, Colorado State versus Miami. That's
Excuse
the
me.
Ohio.
That is the Snoop Dogg Arizona
Snoop
Bowl.
Dogg, Arizona Bowl. That's right. Snoop
Oh
Dogg.
yeah, sorry. Snoop Dogg.
Yes.
That's the Snoop D-O-double-G Bowl.
Yeah.
That's right. The bitch.
What y'all got?
Ah.
I want to go with Colorado State because I kind of know
Okay.
them.
I'm gonna go with the other Miami.
Miami of Ohio.
Yep. Oh hi.
Murph, what you got?
I'm going to trust Med on this one and go with Colorado State.
I'm gonna go Miami.
The Red Hawks. of
The Red Hawks, yes.
University.
Okay, the Military Bowl, NC State versus East Carolina. All right, Carolina boys, what you got?
Yep.
NC State.
Okay.
Yeah, NC State. This right here is going to be an NC State game. East Carolina. I mean, they haven't been
Pirates.
playing well.
No, they haven't.
No.
They really haven't. They've lost some games that they should have. That they honestly should have won. So NC State.
I'll go NC State too.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with that.
Okay, this one's gonna be fun. BYU versus Colorado. You can just write me down for Colorado. Dion time. And possibly his last game as coach of the team.
I think that would be foolish on Deion's part. To be honest with you.
Not if he gets on with the Cowboys job.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Give me BYU.
I was leaning BYU.
There we go. It's different.
Yep.
Murph, which one?
I'm going to take Colorado. I want to see what they'll do.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I think Colorado's. I mean, Colorado's got something to prove if Deion does leave. So
it's true. That's usually it could be a good bump, could be bad.
Yeah.
All right, last one for that day: Independence Bowl, Army versus Marshall. That's gonna be a good one.
I'll start this one off. I'm going to take Army. I'll take Army on this one.
Army.
Yeah.
Army.
Army. Yep.
I'd like to see the Herd win a good game, but
So let's see if I can say the right word. Bill, did you take Army?
I took Army too. I seen them in action at UNT. They're gonna run all over Marshall, dude. Yeah.
Unanimous. I got the right word. Yeah. I'm not an English speaker for a reason.
Incognito. No.
Incognito. Just start saying random words on our shows and see if people catch it.
There you go. You're funny. You're funny.
Missouri, Iowa.
Battle of the Black and Yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
I
used to
don't
be a
think we can
classic.
pick another upset with a ranked team. I'm going to go Missouri on that one.
Missouri. Okay.
Yeah.
I was leaning Missouri. I was favored, but
No. I mean, maybe, but I don't think so.
I think Missouri's going to take it. Give me Mizzou.
all right. Yeah. Man, yeah, no. I'm gonna stick with Missouri. I was leaning Iowa, but I'll take Missouri too.
I'm going to take Iowa just on principle. I can't
I was gonna
stand
split that.
Mizzou.
There's this whole thing.
Okay.
Not the whole thing just now. It's like less than
No,
half.
don't do that. Don't do that. Give me Mizzou. Their quarterback. They got their starter back. Give me Mizzou.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then we got the Sun Bowl, Louisville, Washington.
Yeah, that's good for me.
Tony the
Which one?
Tiger. Symbol.
Which one did you say?
Tony the Tiger.
Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl.
This could
Ooh,
be
Louisville,
great.
Washington. I'll go ahead and go Washington.
I'm going to lean Louisville.
What's going on, Mike? Give me Louisville.
We'll see how many we got left at the 2-hour mark. We got 5 more minutes. I think we're going to crush a bunch of these.
Yeah.
Give me Louisville as well.
Okay.
Next one. Citrus Bowl. South Carolina versus Illinois. And just for you guys, South Carolina.
Yep.
I don't know where all this lag on my slide came from all of a sudden. My kid must be playing Fortnite.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there you go.
South Carolina for me, too. I think they beat Illinois.
Listen, you guys know I got a hot sheet all like 3 pages long for South Carolina, so I'm just not going to go there. Yeah, we're just going to stay with South Carolina.
Men?
No, South Carolina.
Okay. Next one. LSU versus Baylor. And just for them, I'll go Baylor.
Okay. LSU.
It's probably as close as TCU is for me.
Yeah, give me LSU on that one. I'll be 2 seconds.
Okay.
LSU.
Yep.
There it goes. It throttled back up for some reason.
Was I a load on Baylor there?
What's that?
Did anybody else pick Baylor there?
No, you're just you.
All right, cool. Fun.
Yeah.
Love it.
Listen, I love the Baylor Bears, man. I really do. I got to go with LSU on this one.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, we're into next year now on our picks. Ole Miss versus Duke. Give me Ole Miss.
Ole Miss for Izac. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to go.
Ole Miss. That's who I had circled too, so I got Ole Miss as well. Okay.
As much as I'd like to see Lane Kiffin take a L to Duke, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that quarterback is actually going into the transfer portal.
The transfer. Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about. If the
That's
quarterbacks don't play.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next one. We did North Texas. Okay,
Minnesota
versus Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
I'm going with them. What is it? I'm going with Minnesota. I can't. What is it? The Beavers?
Golden Gophers.
Golden.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I got you.
And I'm going to pick that one for the most random reason.
Okay.
Our head coach keeps it classy with always wearing that tie.
Ooh, I like it.
All right.
No, actually, stats wise, the Gophers are they actually got a pretty good team.
I'm actually going to go with Murph on that one. I think Gophers.
Okay.
Minnesota, because Lynn's from there.
All right. I'm going to go Virginia Tech just to be different.
All
There
right.
you
Now we're on January 4th, Saturday, the Bahamas Bowl, Liberty versus Buffalo. And did we just clear them all?
What? Yeah. This is the last one.
Wait. Dude, we did it.
Yes.
2 hours.
Woo!
Yeah.
Look at that. Matt's like, yay, I've had a long day.
I'm actually going to start that pick off because
Yeah, what you got?
in 1 week,
Mhm.
I will actually graduate from Liberty University.
Nice.
So this will be the one time you will ever hear me say, "Go Flames."
Just for you, I'll go Liberty.
Flame.
Actually,
on.
what? Go ahead.
Flame on.
Flame on. I went Liberty as well.
We did it, people. That was our 2-hour pick'ems.
Oh, God.
Woo! Okay, everybody plug your stuff. Bill will not be here Friday.
Right.
Next week, however, I got some ideas for you, Bill, so I'll talk to you about it later, okay?
Okay.
But I'll be talking to you about these picks later. Murph, what are you hoping to get your show going, dude?
So with everything going on with between work, graduation, and obviously the holidays, I am shooting to have Code 4 Sports launched, hopefully right after as soon as I get back from New York from New Year's.
Cool,
With
very
very,
nice.
very close to the beginning of the new year. I figured we just started off fresh.
Nice, man. Man, are you doing shots this week? What you got going on?
We will be doing shots. We'll be doing a little bit of reaction because I don't have Seth's words yet and everything like that. We will be doing a cross the sports 6-pack. So basically, we're going to be talking about Soto's $750 million contract. So what's that going to do with sports? We're also going to say if stuff like would Sam Darnold, if you were Sam Darnold, would you re-sign with the Vikings? Was the Logan Paul Mike Tyson fight good for boxing or bad for it? I mean,
No.
No.
You're gonna give me a free fight. Don't give me that, please.
Basically, it's 6 different sports though that I did.
Nice. And I'll be here with Fun Football this Friday. I'm got a couple different guests, but I'm definitely going to be talking. I want to talk playoff predictions, where some of these quarterbacks are going to land, and some more. So you guys, I'll see you Friday night. It'll be a lot of fun. But this was a blast. Second one now, college pick'em special. Bill, I hope one of us wins.
Exactly.
That'd be sick. But all right, well, you guys can find Med, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Murph will be launching soon. Bill, you see him with me next week, and I am Izac with Fun Football Podcast, and here with Cheesy Bear, and I will see you guys Friday, and you guys can see Med on Thursday night. Thanks for watching, guys.
Kisses.
Oh, wait.